Hi and welcome. I'm Lisa. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm giving you a closer look at the Wagon stamp set, and I have lots of samples to share with you. Plus, I'm going to share how to create an easy nighttime sky filled with fireworks. We're going to be using dye inks and distress oxides to do that. Now, first, let's have a quick look at the Wagon stamp set on its own. 4 images and 2 sentiments. If you're looking for exact measurements, you need to check out the product reveal. Kathy did an amazing job with that reveal and gives you the exact measurements, plus she shares 2 cute projects with you in that video. So side by side, you see here the Fill a Wagon, Fill a Truck, and Fill a Wheelbarrow stamp sets. I have some samples at the end of the video that shows you how to mix and match these sets together. I also want to let you know these are perfect for your polka dot pals. They'll create some amazing scenes for those cuties. Real quick, I'm sharing that easy nighttime sky filled with fireworks. This makes a great backdrop for the Fill-A-Wagon stamp set. Now, off screen, I stamped the images, ran them through my scan and cut, and colored them with my Copic markers to save just a little bit of time. I'm using Post-it tape to mask the left side of the card. Mask off as much or as little as you want. You can die cut mask if you prefer, so you could use a circle or a rectangle. Stars would be really cute for this. I'm using Memento dye inks, starting with Danube Blue for the lightest color, and then I'm going to come in with Paris Dusk for my mid-tone. I'm going to start laying that down and blending it back into that Danube Blue, and then I'll come in with Tuxedo Black. Now I only want to add just a small amount of the Tuxedo Black to the very edge and then blend it out into that Paris Dusk just a tad. Now I'm going to work my way back through the blues, starting with the Paris Dusk, and notice how I work the brush back and forth, not just in circular motions. I oftentimes get a much better blend with that back and forth motion when I'm doing a heavy application of ink. Now, the more ink you lay down, the easier it becomes to blend, and this is a night sky, so you want it to be fairly dark. I'll finish off with the Danube Blue one more time. And if you're looking for something to do ink blending on, I recommend this little self-healing mat. It cleans up easily with alcohol and it's not too big, so it's easy to just keep sitting to the side on your desk. I have several of these mats I use in my craft room. One for my die cutting machine, and then this one I keep here on my desk for when I want to do some ink blending or when I'm doing stripes and need to use my T-ruler. It makes it much easier. Okay, now that we're done creating that night sky, I'm ready to add my fireworks using the Whimsy Stamps Firework Stencil. Now I add my favorite Scotch removable tape to the back side of the card panel, align the stencil, make sure it's sticking to the tape, and a few more pieces just to hold it in place while I'm working. I'm using Distress Oxide inks in the colors Candied Apple and Blueprint Sketch. Plus, I'm going to use a white pigment ink. Now, if you don't have Distress Oxide inks but have red and blue pigment inks, you can most certainly use those instead. I'm using a finger dauber to apply the ink over the stencil. I'm not worried about masking any areas off. Y'all know me. I'm a let's do this fly by the seat of my pants girl. However, if you're not comfortable going at it like that, mask off any areas you feel may cause you problems. So I'm starting with the red ink on the left side so it pops off that white area. I'm going to apply the blue ink in the center of the stencil and the white pigment ink to the right side. Plus, I'll finish off all the small stars that are scattered around the stencil with that white pigment ink. Now, it does pick up some of the blue ink through the stencil, and it'll show up on that white area. And you're going to notice I lay the white ink down on my silicone mat and then pick it up with the finger dauber. And that's so I don't add blue or red ink to my white ink pad. So this is where the magic happens. We're going to reveal our background by removing this stencil, and you're going to notice how those distress oxides and that pigment ink pops off of that dye ink. I absolutely love that technique. So here's the card. I simply just popped up the little colored images using foam square adhesives and then stamped a simple sentiment celebrate. You could come in and add sequins or gem stickers, Nouveau drops, anything you wanted to dress this up. You could do white ink splatters on that background also. That would be really pretty. Here's my second version of this. I spoke earlier about using shaped dies to mask off your area. So I did a circle here and used some yellow ink instead of just the red, white, and blue, and then added the little 4th of July sentiment that I stamped using the mini alphabet stamp set from Whimsy. Here, I absolutely love the mini cloud background stamp. It's a red rubber stamp from Whimsy. It makes cards quick and simple. So here's just a simple hello card I used. This one here was a little bit more. I did stamp the background with the tree ring background stamp from Whimsy, and then I die cut all those out using the new Simple Sentiment Strips die set and just played around with them, adding them to create the background behind my fall truck. So here you get a good picture of the pumpkins from the Fill-A-Wagon and the truck from the Fill-A-Truck stamp set, how they work together. Again, I use the truck with the pumpkins. I don't know what it is about that truck and the pumpkins. I just absolutely love them. But I do love the fact that you can use all of these stamp sets together to create some really cute cards. Here's another one where I used the watermelons from the Fill a Truck stamp set with the wagon. Plus, I pulled in that watermelon slice from the Ants at a Picnic stamp set to create a fun summer themed card here. And that's going to wrap us up for today. Let me know what you think about these stamp sets in the comments below. I absolutely love the Fill-A-Wagon stamp set. Lots of options for creating some seasonal cards with this. So I have it linked directly below along with all the other products I used. Please know how much we appreciate you joining us each time we post a video here on the channel. Until next time, please take care.